This episode is brought to you by Mac Weldon. For 20% off your first order, please visit macweldon.com and use promo code CAGcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 653. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who is now available for pre-order. Oh, I used that one last time.
It's okay, but now they're new pre-orders.
No, I'm bummed. I had a good one planned for today, but then I didn't write it down. And then I was going to say that we're both having problems with our kids and virtual learning.
Yeah.
But then I was like, it's annoying.
I know. I hate it. You know what? It all stems from. I'll say this. A virtual learning anecdote. My daughter so far has had a math quiz and a math test, both on the same chapter. So essentially the same stuff, right? On the quiz, she took that in school on her in school day. She got 100. And the test was her at home day because they do every other day. She got a 75 on the at home test. And I'm annoyed because I'm like, why are some kids able to take the test in school in like a test environment and other kids have to take the test?
Wait, you think she was at a disadvantage taking the test at home? I feel like it'd be easier taking it at home.
Were you distracting her, Wombat?
I would say you think
answers.
because they could cheat.
Dad, can you just turn off Fortnite for 15
Stop
minutes,
helping me,
please?
Dad. I'm
trying to-
failing.
I'm telling you,
failing.
I think some kids need a school test environment to do well on their tests.
Just turn down Fortnite just a little bit.
Yeah, she's not even in this room when she does that. So I'm a little annoyed. I think there should be more parity on the testing. But
I don't have an opinion on this.
I'll let COVID know.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It just means that the day that there are kids in class, they get one test, and then the at-home kids take the test the next day.
Our Thai school already got a COVID case.
Yeah.
We got one. We got one up on the scoreboard.
Speaking of testing.
One. Ding. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say. But it's going great so far.
Yep.
Well, it's a big week. We've got all the next gen pre-orders just wrapped up, just like that. The tidy little bow went everything went super smooth. No matter what system you were trying to get. We'll talk about that later. I'm sure we all have our war stories that we haven't heard.
Do we?
I mean, I have stuff that I want to talk about in terms of looking at, comparing this generation of pre-orders, through Cheap Ass Gamer affiliate links compared to the previous generation. But I was looking through my agreements, and there's confidentiality agreements. So we're going to do that later, but we're going to be very careful to not mention retailer names and get in trouble. But I think we have I think there's interesting things that we could talk about.
I am very excited.
Up or down this time?
We should save it for later. It's so much to talk about that I don't even think we should talk about.
You still have a confidentiality agreement with Toys R Us?
Oh, you said Toys R Us? I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I thought you said were pre-orders up or down is what I thought you said. Sorry, I missed your joke. What did you say? What about Toys R Us?
Keep going.
Sorry. No,
I'm
that's
just
it.
curious to know how
done.
those Schlamazon numbers are. Schlamazon.
Exactly. So, yeah, we'll
Did
be very
I
careful.
mention Schlamazon?
I think it's going to be very interesting, and I'll tickle your ass with a feather with that for now.
Exciting.
I am very happy to report that my table tennis date with Mikey, the Twitch superstar, went very well. Did you guys watch it at all live?
I did.
I saw you in the chat. He is very into it. It was very interesting to play with somebody.
Are you accusing someone else of being too into table tennis?
No. I want to contrast.
No. Is it oh, this must be how Wombat and Shipwreck feel every day?
Every day? What do you mean every day?
Every day.
Let's put it this way. When I invited you to play table tennis, and Wombat's got a great club. Well, he had a great club, 10 minutes from his house. Still hasn't opened yet I think, right? 10 minutes from your house? Like beautiful.
Maybe
like,
less.
Less even. Like a restaurant, bar, like beautiful $3,000 tables, like 10 $3,000 tables. Beautiful place. Wombat came with his daughter and we hung out, and Wombat couldn't have been any less interested in the ping pong. I'm trying to like give him, and I don't blame you. It's not for everybody. It's fine. But I'm showing you the contrast. Couldn't have cared less. Didn't want to move. Didn't want to learn any of the form. Didn't want to do it. I get it. It's not for everybody. I'm not judging you, Wombat. Compared to Mikey, who I booked 2 hours. I'm judging you a lot, actually.
It sounded like you were kind of judging
I'm judging
him.
you a little.
Not only are you judging me, this is leading to people insulting me in the chat. There's like just stream of people insulting me in the chat now.
No, listen.
Because of you. I hope you feel bad, and you should feel bad. Now go on. Tell us about playing.
Your daughter. I could say your daughter was more into it than you.
Well, she takes real tennis lessons now. You know what real tennis is? It's
do.
like ping pong, but for grown-ups.
I understand. Anyway, so to contrast this, Mikey shows up with his. I actually got him a paddle. I didn't think he had his own paddle or anything. He shows up with his own paddle in a case, even a nice case, and he's just ready to go for the whole 2 hours. And he's usually, when I bring somebody, because I do this like from time to time, not on Twitch, but the people are usually exhausted within 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes of hitting with somebody who's good, like that's a lot. They need to rest, and then maybe they'll play a little more. Filling up 2 hours is difficult. Now, this guy.
I just want to play table tennis for 2 hours. Does that count?
What's that?
I just don't want to play table tennis for a straight
I get
2
that too.
hours.
I understand. I totally reasonable thing to say.
Yeah.
He was nonstop. Like I would, like, all right, I can take a little break, get some water, towel off. I'm expecting him to just like, sit down, like, look at the chat a lot and see how the donations are going and things of that nature. He was right back at the table for the whole 2 hours. I mean, granted, he's 20 years younger than me and rides a bike 30 miles a day, so he's in very good shape. But that just shows his enthusiasm, Wombat. That's what I'm saying. You understand? I'd like to see that enthusiasm with you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
In anything. In anything.
In anything.
Anyway, so we're doing it again on Tuesday. Table Tennis Tuesday on Tuesday. Look for it on Mikey's channel.
Nice.
That's how into it he is. I asked him again and he said yes. I knew he was going to say yes. He's very competitive. He didn't want to play a game with me because that's how competitive he is. He couldn't, I think he's very determined to kick my ass, and he'll probably be able to do it. I give him a month. I give him 1 month. I've been taking lessons for like 4 years now. I give him like 1 month. He's pretty good actually. He was surprisingly good. Anyway, sorry, that's enough table tennis. No more table tennis for the rest of the show, Wombat, okay? Promise. How about show feedback? Have you been doing anything with Twitch Superstars that we should know about?
No. Do you
Get
count?
on it.
Do you count?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, well. So Steely 1980 had to say, "Hi guys, is this the right place to post feedback?" Yes, you posted it in the right place on the Cheap Ass Gamer website.
Thanks for
Excellent.
asking.
Yes.
Next.
I'm a huge fan of the show. The first episode I ever listened to, Cheapy and Wombat, really fell out and almost never did another episode. So that you listened to this week's episode already.
Right.
That was 10 plus years ago, I think. I'm really glad you got over that bump on the road, and I've listened ever since. I love Wombat's jokes, Cheapy's enthusiasm, and Shipwreck's wisdom. That's code for boring. I'm now a new dad, and your content is really getting baby Alice and I through the long nights. I got married last
Baby,
year.
I don't know. Baby shouldn't be listening to this, I feel.
Why not? It's been part of my honeymoon in New York. I live in Leeds in the UK and love hearing about your daily lives and Long Island and Ohio life. Long live the
Wombat,
CAGcast,
there's a
all the
very
best.
missed opportunity right here. You didn't read this whole thing in a British accent. What were you thinking?
Hi,
Too late now.
guys! Oh, that was Australian for some reason.
Right. Too late. Next.
Yeah. I saw this in the show feedback, and I didn't know if you did this on purpose.
Okay.
Apparently, you posted a link to the Jericho cider mill.
I
on
did.
the web.
I can't even remember why I did that, even though it was.
I was like,
earlier
did he
today.
do that for a reason? Is this like a reminder now?
Did I post this? I posted this in the show feedback?
You posted from GPT
Yeah. It's not
www.jerichocider.com.
Somebody, you know what? There was another part of the show feedback. I must have just pasted right over it with this thing, which now is useless without the other piece of show feedback.
I was so
You know what I think it was? Somebody was talking about not wanting to live on Long Island because we don't have access to apple cider.
apples. Yes.
Something like that.
It's funny. I remember reading that comment, and yes, I believe that comment was deleted. And to that person, I concur with Cheapy. Yes, you could get plenty of apples and apple cider on Long Island.
We have that.
We have that here.
We have a shirt that says it's Long Island, and then on the back it says apple cider. We have that. Got a whole line of shirts like that.
Yep, that's the official tagline for Long Island.
But Jericho Cider Mill is actually famous because it's been around for a long time. Over 100 years?
We passed it on Saturday, and we were going to stop, but we were on the other side. We were coming in the other direction, and we're like, I'm not making a U-turn. So that's my whole story. I hope everyone enjoyed that.
1820 is when they were established.
They have good stuff. Good pie.
My parents used to buy it when I was growing up, and that was my sugar beverage in the house, that apple cider.
Apple cider's good stuff.
What else?
And Chumley has to say...
From the show Pawn Stars?
From the show Pawn
Oh,
Stars.
shit.
Yeah. He's going to let me know if this microphone is worth anything.
I know exactly what it's worth.
I know you do. You three fellas have given me countless hours of entertainment and gaming insights on my commute for the past 10 plus years. I can't imagine ever switching to another gaming podcast and trying to get to know a bunch of random dudes. I hope Wombat doesn't listen to the haters. He hits just the right balance of legit comedy, annoying puns, and quips.
What is legit comedy, by the way?
It's not what I usually do. And also silence when the topic doesn't interest him. He's the friend you would punch in the face if you didn't love him so much. Glad you and your families are staying safe. And thanks to the PS5 pre-order news, your forum was how I was able to snag a PS5 pre-order early.
Awesome.
So, a little shout out to Cheap Ass Gamer.
I've heard of that product and/or service.
Yeah.
Also, how about a shout out for the Children's Tumor Foundation, which we're here raising money for again this week. We got a charity raffle going as well. In case, just check. Go to if you're in the chat, you can see all the information and how to donate. We've raised about $700. We're shooting to raise $1,000. Grand prize in our raffle was donated by Shanafan, and it's a Cyberpunk Xbox controller, limited edition, Shipwreck. If you want to buy one of those now,
Can't do it.
you can do it, but you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to do it
You have to
quickly.
pony up.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to get it for $5. You're not getting that for list price, is what I'm saying. And we have second prize, a $50 e-gift card to the retailer of your choice.
Is that limited edition?
That is available.
Okay.
What's third prize?
Third prize is you're fired.
Good job. That was
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Was nice.
So yeah, go to tinyurl.com/CAGcastCTF and go to ctf.org and you can learn all about the Children's Tumor Foundation and neurofibromatosis, which I can now say from doing these fundraisers. And thank you, Shanafan, for donating that generous gift. Let's move on to Watch This Bitches.
All right.
We watched the movie
What'd you watch?
with the family, a family movie. We watched Superman Red Sun, which was on DC Universe, I believe.
Oh, okay. I don't have that anymore. So.
Is that the new one? Is that the new Superman movie?
That's the new Superman movie.
That's the one where Superman is Russian.
That is the one. Yes, there's a graphic novel that it's based on, but I did learn that the ending of the movie is very different than the ending in the graphic novel. The graphic novel ending is a lot more. I won't give any spoilers, so don't worry. But the graphic novel ending is a lot more complicated. I don't know if it's better or not, because one of the nice things about these DC movies is that they're almost always an hour and a half.
Sometimes less.
Sometimes less, which I appreciate these days. I don't need every movie to be 2 hours, 2.5 hours, especially if it's about comic books. So if they had to simplify it, that's fine for me, I guess. But I would definitely recommend it. The whole family enjoyed it. It's very interesting to see. It's basically what if Superman grew up in Russia instead of Kansas. and how he becomes like a state tool, and then I don't want to ruin anything, but it's very interesting, and it's if you're not looking for something political, then you should not watch this. There's definitely political overtones in today's climate sprinkled throughout this, and if that's going to upset you, you should
What's his
skip.
mom's name in this?
It's not. You know what? You do not. I'm trying to think if you even meet his parents.
I don't know.
I don't think you meet his parents at all in the movie. You meet a friend, a child, some of his childhood friends, but I don't think his parents are on film. No dog either. But it was good. Superman Red Sun. I'd recommend that. Sure. What else we got here?
I watched a show on HBO Max. It's called Raised by Cheapies. It was good.
What?
It's Raised by Cheapie?
Me?
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about a bald alien lady who has a bunch. She was really a robot and raises some kids.
Why is it called Cheapies?
Because it's you, isn't it? That's not you.
This is a joke? Like, I don't even know what the joke is.
The joke is finally watched Raised by Wolves after you complained about it for 2 weeks.
Shipwreck, you knew what he was talking about? Right?
I knew what he was talking about. I had no idea if it was
Going
how
somewhere?
bad of a joke it was.
Right.
I was waiting for Cheapie to play along, but
I'm dumb. I don't know what you're doing. Raised by Cheapies?
Raised by Cheapies. It's
so
like
you watched Raised by
Wolves.
Wolves on HBO Max.
Yes.
How many episodes have you watched?
2.
2. Okay. What do you think so far?
I think that after 2 episodes, like, okay, I need to breathe for a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe take a break and then come back. But I couldn't binge it. I couldn't binge 6 episodes in 2 days.
No, I'm not. I wasn't asking you to do that, just for sure. Did you get the impression that I was asking you to binge anything?
You were like, you gotta watch Raised by Wolves.
One episode was.
I've
thrilled.
now watched the last 2 shows you recommended to me to watch.
Okay.
And then you stepped on my joke. So
I'm sorry.
That's
If you could let me
rude.
know ahead of time of that it was a joke, or I don't know, put a little like comment in the outline.
It's okay. I thought you would get it by the.
I don't know. I remember that we talked about it last week, and I wasn't prepared to talk about that again. But I'm up to date. We're up to date on that show, and it's really good.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's crazy.
That
It's
show
crazy.
is a little gets a little violent.
It's quite. Every show is violent now. They do not make.
What's that
shows.
about?
It's because they can. I feel but it's ridiculous. It's just almost every show I watch has a moment where I have to cover my face or look away. Like literally every one. It's crazy.
Yep. Although I will say, after a couple of weeks ago, my son came up to me. He said, I want to watch Star Wars. Because I've offered to let him watch Star Wars, I don't know, 1,000,000 times. And he's always like, no, that's something you like. Therefore, it's stupid. And we finally sat down and watched A New Hope all the way through for the first time.
Okay.
And guess what? He loved A New Hope.
Well, why
And then
wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And then we watched Empire, and then we watched Jedi in 1, 2, 3 days. So now he's an expert on the OG trilogy, or as you would call it, the only trilogy.
The only trilogy, yeah. So we don't talk about the other movies in this household.
Nope. He's watching The Phantom Menace on his own now.
Oh no! Why are you doing? You're ruining it. You gotta tell him.
Fine.
He's
Phantom Menace is
allowed.
fine.
I'm not
Phantom
gonna tell
Menace
him
is
he's not.
fine. It is it.
For kids.
It's
Phantom
a
Menace
good kids movie.
It's good. My
I'm
kids
not
enjoy
gonna
Phantom
stop it.
Menace.
Yeah, let him be a Star Wars nerd, like his old man,
Right.
like his father before him.
The kids' order to those movies might be A New Hope, then Phantom Menace, then maybe Jedi.
Yeah, he liked A New Hope the best. So
All right. He's
Yeah.
good. Well, he's got good taste then.
he does have good taste.
Unlike his dad.
Me and my kids watched The Karate Kid.
The OG Karate Kid,
The original Karate Kid.
Pat Morita's Oscar nomination.
Yeah, he should have won.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't remember who won that year, but
How did that go with the fam?
they liked it. It's a 2-hour and 6-minute long movie, so they did not. They were out by the last half hour.
Why
which
don't
is
you?
where
You don't.
it gets good, right?
You don't break up the movies over like 2 days. I feel like that works pretty well.
I don't know. They'll watch the end of it sometime.
Right.
I had to explain Gretchen what the ending of the movie was, because she had to go put them to bed.
Oh, had she never seen The Karate Kid before?
She had a long time ago, but she couldn't remember how it ended.
Crane kick.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was explaining.
Spoiler.
I showed her how to do it. Like I said, here, you stand here.
Right. Come closer.
Come
Closer. Closer.
come
Closer.
Don't pay attention to this leg.
Close
It's
your
gimpy.
eyes.
Remember, this is my gimpy leg over here.
You had to do the thing.
No, that's two.
No,
That's
he does
two.
that in one also.
No,
He
he
does
does.
this.
Yes, he
he does
does.
the slap and the rub.
Yes, he does
Oh,
that in the
just
locker
in the
room.
leg.
Just to heal him. Yeah,
Yeah.
just to heal him. Yeah.
Yeah, when he turns into Jesus for some reason.
Right.
Japanese American Jesus.
Yeah. Japanesus.
I had not watched this movie in a while either. This is the first time I realized that Johnny was rolling a joint in the bathroom.
Yeah. It's very adult.
Yeah, I never picked up on that before when I was watching it as a kid, obviously.
I don't think they addressed that in Cobra Kai, but I'm not sure.
They not, that's what I was going to ask actually. It was like, so is he still smoking weed or what's the
You should watch it. It's on Netflix. You don't have
that's
Netflix.
that's going to get me in. I'm going to watch 2 or 3 seasons of this TV show just to see if he smokes weed.
He's definitely drinking heavily in the episodes that I've seen. Oh, Shanafan in the chat is pointing out my shirt that I'm wearing. Did you notice the shirt? He sent
Oh, you're
this
actually
for me.
wearing a Karate Kid shirt?
Look at it more closely. He sent this to me for my birthday. You know what that is? It's a Ghost of Tsushima shirt with some Japanese
so
on top.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to.
Right. I have this
Having
headphone cable blocking it a little. You can't see.
That was
Also, I never played the game. So.
You see the Japanese on top there?
Yeah, I guess I could have just read that.
Does it
says-
say Tsushima?
It says, I love Xbox. Yeah, it's a great shirt, Shanafan. Thank you. I think Shanafan was really just genuinely tired of seeing my Nike camouflage shirts. He seems to be had enough of that. They
Fair
come in
enough.
large, tall sizes. That's all I can say about that. Is that it for Watch This, bitches?
I think so.
Fantastic. Let's do a quick shout out to our sponsor, Mack Weldon. In case you didn't know, Mack Weldon is a premium men's essentials brand that believes in smart design and premium fabrics. They've got all your basics covered: hoodies, underwear, socks, wombats. Let's see if Wombat's paying attention during the ad.
I heard you. I heard you.
In fact, I'm wearing my Mack Weldon, what are they? The Ace shorts right now. Look.
Oh, nice.
Look at this. Let me model. Ooh. Thank you. I love these shorts. I wear these every day. I have the shorts and the sweatpants in gray and black.
I have the sweatpants in gray and blue, and I also have the Sunday pants in blue, and I have the shorts in blue, and I have underwear for every day of the week.
Since we're on video, I will demonstrate one of my most favorite features of these shorts, since I believe I could do it.
Please do.
It's the key pocket, the side key pocket. Check this out. Ooh, I think I can even lift the microphone up. Look at this. This is some cool shit. Do you see this? See that? See this pocket?
I'm familiar with that pocket.
Now, that's where I have my key. That's it. Goes in there, zips up, and nothing falls out. And just like the front pockets where my cell phone doesn't fall out. Anyway, what you need to know is that Mack Weldon really does value its loyal customers, and they have this new Weldon Blue loyalty program. It's totally free. Here's how it works. You start at level 1, you get free shipping for life. Then when you get to level 2, by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year. And perhaps best of all, Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable. So if you have any problems with your first pair of underwear, keep it and they'll refund your money. No questions asked. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com and enter promo code CAGcast. That's 20% off your first order at MackWeldon.com with promo code CAGcast. I would say that I've worn Mack Weldon shorts or sweatpants over the course of the pandemic. I would say 95% of the days through the pandemic I was wearing those. Is that accurate, Wombat, for you too? Are you nodding your head? Or are you just, I'm
That
just a
is
crazy
accurate.
person?
That's an
What do you
accurate
think?
statement. No,
And I've washed them. I do wash them from time to time. Okay. let's move on. I think now it's time to do some shopping news. And the big shopping news, of course, is the place. Did we talk about? We talked about the PS5 pre-orders already last week.
Yeah, we talked.
Yes, that was last week.
But now we have something to compare them to, which is the Xbox Series whatever pre-order experience. Now scheduled for your pleasure.
Sort of.
Somewhat scheduled.
Yeah, kind of scheduled.
So I guess the first question is, how do you like your next-gen pre-orders? Do you like them scheduled or unscheduled? Shipwreck, you first.
I personally, I like them unscheduled because that gives me more opportunity to, since I'm constantly on top of things and have been like, I don't know, following CAG for so long that I kind of understand the beats of when stuff is going to drop and where to follow and everything. So I got the PlayStation 5, no problem.
Okay, yes.
I knew the scheduled one was going to be more of a nightmare because all of the bots are lined up, all of the people are lined up. Everybody's got every site open at once. It was a recipe for disaster. I think it went better than a disaster, barely.
Wait, which was worse or which was better, rather?
Oh,
Let's
the
be
PlayStation
positive.
5 one was better for me.
What about for the general public? Was anything good? Is there any difference really?
No, the only one that's good for the general public is when you can pre-order it and not have to like instantly run and do this right away. Like it could be like, oh, the Xbox is available for pre-order. I gotta remember to do that a couple of days before it launches and not have to worry about it.
I have to make sure that I block out a half an hour.
Yeah, like
least.
that. That's the optimal way to pre-order.
It's still
anything.
Right.
Like with a game, I could not pre-order a game and then the day before it comes out be like, oh, I forgot I wanted that, and technically pre-order it.
I spent a long time just adding an Xbox to my Target cart, trying to check out and then having it disappear.
Yeah, there was something weird going on with the Target. Target sucked.
I did that about 100 times, I would say.
I know. I wanted to use my red card so bad.
Were you trying on computer or mobile?
Everything.
I tried both.
Both, same time.
Okay.
Like,
Both same time.
I had like 5 iPads lined up.
Mm-hmm. It was the phone with the toes and the computer with the hands.
I felt pressure because it's one thing if I don't get an Xbox for myself on day one. Like, I'm going to be okay, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. But we're doing a giveaway at Video Game Deals for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. And so we have to kind of have them because we've already promised them. So there was pressure. And I sweat. Like, I'd sweat through my shirt trying to get the Xbox.
Yeah.
But I did get it.
One, I had all the sites open. Had all the stuff in the carts, was going through all the, this isn't letting me check out scenarios that everybody else was. Various stages in, and then like after, I don't know, 20 minutes or so of that, I'm just like, you know what, I'm good. I think these things will come available again. They'll pop up, and I'll just get one then. And then Mrs. Shipwreck just like texted me asking me if I got one or not, and I told her no, I didn't get one. And then she's like, oh well, I was able to get one. Like. Just on my phone.
Isn't she busy? Isn't she operating on an animal?
She has Tuesdays off.
Okay.
And that was a Tuesday.
Wow,
so,
she's plugged in, man.
Yeah, so she was out.
Why wasn't she home watching the kids?
Because it's her day off.
Right. She's at the strip club ordering Xboxes.
Right. Throwing those dollar bills around.
But then they came available later on Amazon, right? So we all got one on Amazon because Amazon sold 1 million of them that there's no way we're getting those on release date.
I guess. I mean, yeah, I pre-ordered one on Amazon. I have no idea what the actual ship date is going to be.
I couldn't get one on Amazon.
Huh?
I couldn't get one on Amazon.
I got one on Amazon for now. I'm keeping it there. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get anything yet or not. But I figured since I could get through to the pre-order and they won't tell me when it's shipping yet anyway, and they haven't charged me yet, I might as well just hold on to that pre-order and see how it all goes.
Right. I got through the Microsoft store pretty quickly and got one.
I had trouble with that one.
So. That one took me maybe like 10. I can't remember. I remember. I mean, 10, 15 minutes in, maybe? I don't know. It seemed like a long fucking time fucking around with that computer to try to order these stupid things.
You're not usually like desperately trying to load multiple websites at the same time.
No, I'm not. And I got the phone going, and it's like the battery is dying on the phone, and I have a cable plugged into the wall, but the cable is frayed. So I have to have the cable at the right thing, and it's just like everything's not working. But I did get it. I got
those Amazon dogs can only keep you like.
And the Target dog also. Target's also trying to use a dog to make you think that you're not angry. Right. But no, I mean, look, when I saw the corgi, I was like, on Amazon, I was like, all right, it's a corgi. Like, I'm calm now. But then I saw the Target cartoon dog.
Spot.
Yeah.
His name's Spot.
Spot. So I got, and I think I got an order in. Did I get 2 orders in? One for the prize and one for me?
I think you did.
But Best Buy. Best Buy? Best Buy.
And the dog's name is Bullseye.
Yes, I know. I got it wrong.
What did you call him?
I said Spot. It's Bullseye.
Spot or Spuds McKenzie? No,
it's Bullseye.
Maybe I don't remember where I got it through. Maybe it was Target. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Does it really?
No, you got it. Target has the dog. It's their
No, I'm trying to figure out where I ordered my Xbox from. My Xboxes.
It does not matter.
It doesn't really matter. It's all a blur. I know it wasn't Walmart and it wasn't
I remember
GameStop.
I just remember the last console cycle when Xbox flubbed their launch pre-order extravaganza in June so badly that when they had to reverse course on the way the entire system worked, and people started pre-ordering them for real in August, they were so readily available. It was embarrassing.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Well, let's see. Did we answer the question of which is better? Announcing? It doesn't matter, I think, is what we're saying.
The answer is it doesn't matter. There's no good way.
Right.
The only good way is for there to be enough inventory where it doesn't matter.
It's better for nerds like us who are going to find out the actual, if they announce a time, that we're going to find out the time and block it off and be able to get one. So it's better for us. But not everybody is that prepared, and maybe that's their fault. So maybe it is the best way. But I think a lot of people, just judging by my Twitter timeline, a lot of people didn't get it. A lot of our fellow nerds who had all the windows open were unsuccessful, right? Or maybe everybody got it eventually.
I think eventually, like once the Amazon one showed up and the Best Buy one showed up, because those both came on board later, I think
people were pretty satiated.
We're able to get it for the most part. I'm sure there's plenty that were turned away, but
right. Okay.
There will be more. They're going to make more of these things.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this question. What do you I got to be careful because I don't want to get in trouble, like what I was talking about before. So compared to the previous generation pre-orders, okay, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, like what do you think? Which had more units available for sale? This generation or this upcoming generation or the previous generation? Is it about the same? Do you think?
I
would, got COVID.
I'm gonna go with about the same.
You have like improvements in manufacturing, but then you got COVID.
Yeah, so that's where I'm going with.
But Shipwreck probably knows because he's an engineer.
I would think that the last go around had a lot more units available than this.
You would think so.
I would think so. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's what I would logically think because of the manufacturing problems, and pre-ordering last time was a lot smoother.
I was going to say that as well, but I feel like they keep saying that there's no problem with inventory, which I guess could also just be a big fat lie. That's why I went with about the same.
I can only go by the Cheap Ass Gamer affiliate links, and it's not scientific, obviously. However,
yes,
it's a pretty big sample size, so it doesn't mean nothing.
Get to the meat. What's the answer?
The answer is this time by a lot, by like 4 times.
That doesn't seem.
And I have a theory
correct.
why, and I think Shipwreck, you've already touched on this already. The theory is that maybe some certain retailers just sold more than they were realistically expecting on getting at launch. They didn't shut off the valve per se, and just like And I think maybe like one retailer in particular did that, but I can't really comment on which one that is. But it seems crazy to me that this go round with all, with social media and everything, that on CAG we would get like 4 times the amount of pre-orders than last gen. It seems crazy.
Some of that could be attributed that you couldn't really go into a store and pre-order at many places this time around. Like last
Why?
time, well, Best Buy wasn't even offering in-store
Okay.
pre-orders. Last go around, there were a lot more stores in business
Right.
that you could pre-order at.
Right.
Walmart, I don't think was doing in-store pre-orders this go around. I know they were last time.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that could have affected some. The 4 times number just doesn't seem right
No.
to me.
No.
Well, we'll
no.
find out when they're supposed to ship. If they ship.
Right. I'm going to guess that a lot of people who ordered console, especially PlayStations, a lot of people who ordered PS5s are not going to be getting them at launch. Hopefully, the retailers who, where this is going to happen will let the customers know ahead of time. But the reality is, does it really matter if you get it in, like, what is there to look forward to at launch that's like super exciting? I don't know, but I know the people who are trying to get it on day one, who went through the trouble to pre-order, definitely want to get it on day one. You know what this whole thing reminds me of? I think I told this, Wombat, I probably told this on the show. Did I ever tell you when we went to see like Star Trek on the first night that it came out, and the theater had like a technical problem? This could all be a technical problem as well. Basically, we ordered tickets on Fandango to see like Star Trek Generations. I don't know. It was like before the year 2000 or something. So I don't know what Star Trek movie it was, but we show up at the theater with our tickets, and like the theater is very crowded, and we walk in and we're like, wow, it doesn't seem to be like that many seats available. Turns out like Fandango never just stopped selling tickets. They just kept selling tickets, and the whole movie theater in the lobby filled up with people, and there's only so many seats, but everybody wants to see Star Trek on the first night. But there's only so many seats.
So that was the one theater where people wanted to see Star Trek?
No, they just had like a technical glitch or something, and they just never stopped.
I get it. Yes.
Yeah, and they just never stopped. And then people were like really upset because the people who were not in seats were clearly not going to see Star Trek that night, and they were ready to they were picking up the napkin holders, and they were.
I remember.
There was not even kidding. Like it was, and the whole theater was very crowded because they just kept selling. So the whole lobby is filled with people. People are picking shit up, and then they start handing out the free tickets, and that calmed people down. But we just and it was all, it was scary. It was, and these nerds are scary. It wasn't that scary, but anyway, that's what this whole thing reminds me of.
Were you dressed up like Spork?
No, I'm not. I wasn't that into Star Trek, I did not pick up anything to attempt to throw it. I was not that upset that we weren't going to see Star Trek on the first night, but. Yeah, the numbers don't make a lot of sense to me. But the PlayStation 5 pre-orders, especially, like so many more than the Xbox pre-orders. I feel like the Xbox supply probably more realistic to what's actually available. Like what was sold is actually more matches what's going to be available on day one, because everything's sold out.
I was going to say, it all sold out.
Yeah, it's just like who was being reasonable about what they're going to have on day one and who's not. Which retailer, which system.
There's plenty to go around for everybody.
You think so?
I
on day one, though. On day one. Those nerds.
So, I don't know.
I don't know.
Last time around, I remember you could find these things pretty easily, right?
Last go around, you were able to find an Xbox pretty easily. I think it was a little while, and by like a little while, I mean like maybe not at launch, but maybe by January, the PlayStation 4 was fairly available. So, but yeah, well, they couldn't give those Xboxes away when that console launched.
Well, they had a messaging issue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the issue was it was horrible messaging.
Yeah. So
I mean, I definitely think the hype around PlayStation 5 is bigger than Xbox. Well, it was before the Bethesda announcement, which we'll also talk about because that's something that happened in the last week. But just going by straight up like on the console giveaways that we're doing on Twitter, the PlayStation 1 seems to have been trending
Well, the PlayStation
higher.
4 sold so well that if they
It was
couldn't
cheaper.
but if they couldn't retain that audience and excitement for their next iteration, that would be the news story. Not that the PlayStation 4 is an amazing, great selling console. People are excited for the PlayStation 5. Isn't really, isn't surprising.
It's not a stretch. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no,
It's
not.
momentum. It's a lot. It's momentum.
Exactly.
For sure.
If it was the other way around, then I would be legitimately shocked.
Right. But maybe the Bethesda deal shifts the momentum.
Not until there's something available. Not until there's a game out.
Right.
There's not games out for anything.
Well,
That's the depressing part. Looking at like the launch lineup, you're like, oh boy, Assassin's Creed.
yeah, you got Fanavision, right? Isn't that coming out?
You know what? At least that's something original. Like we're getting a slightly better looking version of Assassin's Creed if you don't have a PC. And a free burp. Remastered. But I'm trying to think if there's any
So
other information.
Are you even pre-ordering a game?
What's that? Has anybody been pre-ordering games?
Yeah, a game?
No.
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 Cool.
I mean, very low numbers. The PlayStation
no,
number.
I mean, are you?
Am I?
personally?
Oh, I thought you were asking about the affiliate numbers.
No.
No, well, the answer is the same, I guess.
And who needs to?
Who needs, yeah.
I
I'm going to be able to get it.
pre-ordered Miles Morales for the PS5.
I didn't even order a PS5.
Yeah.
Fine then.
And why? What's the advantage of pre-ordering it?
I don't know. What's the advantage of not pre-ordering? It's the same. It's the same either way. I'm going to buy the game. I said here, I'll pre-order it.
I don't know. All I know is, I don't know. Those PlayStation numbers are too high. The PlayStation numbers were too high. I don't think they have that many PlayStations. And I'm not going to tell you who they is, unfortunately, but.
Well, there was at least one retailer that sent out emails after the PlayStation pre-orders that said these might not be coming on launch day.
Who is that?
It was Amazon was that retailer.
Got it.
I
didn't get the email, no, because I didn't order a PlayStation.
Right. But I saw a lot of people on Twitter that did order it, then got an email the next day.
Yes, I remember. Yes, that was from Amazon.
A date. Yeah.
I forgot who sent it. Well, good luck, everybody. We're all counting on you. Any other pre-order stuff we want to talk about? Did we cover it all?
I think we got it.
Sony says there's going to be more PlayStations available between now and the end of the year.
Of course there will. They're going to keep popping up. Like you just got to watch the websites and they'll pop up. They'll sell out almost instantly. But
the website, you mean?
The
Cheap Ass
website.
Gamer. Cheap Ass Gamer. You said
The
you watch the
Cheap Ass Gamer,
websites.
yes.
No, you watch the website.
The website, yes. You watch that one.
The only website you'll ever need.
Thank you.
And then that leads you to parts of the internet that aren't the website.
Right.
You can buy them at.
Speaking of the website, we're launching a next gen website.
Are we?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. We're gonna have teaser images.
Now, if
Are we
I
gonna
have
enough
the old,
website?
if I have the old gen website, do I
Yes.
get the upgrade for free or do I? Have
Fuck
to
yeah,
pay?
you do.
Okay.
God damn, you do. But
Smart delivery on Cheap Ass Gamer.
right.
Did
There may
either
be
of you
some.
guys buy the memory card thing for Xbox?
No.
Fuck no.
Can you?
I'm not worried about that later. Listen, I don't even care about.
You're
this
already out of space. I mean,
I know.
by the time you update day one,
You're a hoarder.
you don't have
though.
any space left.
You're a digital hoarder, Shipwreck, and you
But
have to
it's,
admit to
it's a
this.
1 terabyte, right? That's what we ordered.
Yeah.
That's what I
That's
got now on
ridiculous.
this thing. It's fine. Plenty of room on my current one.
But all the games will be so much bigger.
I don't need that many games. Who even plays games? I just need this thing to watch Amazon.
That's right. You didn't pre-order any games.
Right. And
That's
Netflix
right.
got Netflix on there, right?
The only games gonna be on there is gonna be Assassin's Creed that'll buy the day it shows up.
Assassin's Creed, you're not even going to be able to install on the 1 terabyte edition.
Netflix.
You're gonna have to install half the game, play that, and then uninstall it, and install the second half.
That's only a matter of time before that's an option, by the way.
It's got to be.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
Fortnite. I'll be able to download Fortnite. It's a small game.
it's got new graphics, right? One of the new
Half
Yeah,
your
it's got the
skins.
ray tracing.
I love him.
I don't know what ray tracing is.
He's
but
really good.
ray tracing.
He's terrible freehand. But
He does great work, man. You'll see once you get that new Xbox. I don't know much about this technology stuff, but I've heard good things about Mr.
About
Tracing.
ray
Yeah,
tracing.
Yeah, I don't know him that well. I call him Mr. Tracing. Let's move on to the new releases. Why don't we?
okay.
Is that all right with everybody?
Yeah,
fine.
no,
That's
that's
fine by
that
me.
works.
Are these the same new releases as last week?
No.
No,
Maybe?
We did talk about Crisis Remastered last week,
we did.
Oh.
and we did talk about the WWE game last week.
Oh.
And we did
Someone-
talk about Super Mario 3D All Stars last week, which I've
I
been
did play a little bit of Castle Storm too, though.
Okay.
That game's fun. Have you ever played Castle Storm?
I'm familiar with the franchise.
Are you?
Now it's a franchise.
It's similar. It's similar in the sense that when you get into the action, you can control any of your soldiers or your hero, and fight on that 2D plane.
Right.
And then there's also the more RTS style overworld elements. Also, it's a fun hybrid.
Yeah, they sent me an email about that, and I was watching the trailer.
You were sent the game.
I didn't see the game. I saw a message that said, if you want the game, please let us know.
And then we all
it's-
got it.
Yeah, we all got it.
Oh,
It's-
where was I supposed to find that?
In
you're
the
supposed to
same
find that
spot.
in Twitter.
Twitter? I didn't see that.
Twitter.com.
I missed that.
Yeah,
There's
we
too
all
much
have a
going on.
copy.
It's too much. It's too many Twitters going on. I have. So these aren't the new releases. These are last week's new releases because Whipsmart Banky played one of these games. Obviously the perviest game that's on the list,
What's it
and
called?
gave me a little review.
Unrailed.
Which one? What'd you say?
No, railed would be the pervy one, not unrailed.
No. I got this email from Banky. Basically what happens is Banky likes to get all these like pervy games. So if I see the opportunity in an email that looks like the game is pervy enough and they're offering a review code, I will try to procure it for him. In exchange, he will write something up and send it back.
I think the genre is anime titty. Is what it's
Anime titty. It's not pervy. Is that the
No,
that's
I think
wrong?
anime titty is
My bad.
It's spelled TIDDY.
Okay,
Correct.
I'm not familiar, but I know that when they send me the trailer and I watch the trailer, as soon as if it says like sexual content or something, I don't even need to watch the trailer. I know I should get this game for Banky. Anyway, so he sent me an email about this new game that just came out, and the subject of the email is the game's called Moero Crystal H. Okay, you see it listed in the new releases there.
I'm familiar, yes.
Moero Crystal H. So I've never heard of this before, and I see the subject. I assume that Morero is just a typo for more. So I'm reading this as more Crystal H thoughts for CAGcast, and I'm thinking I missed the first email with the original thoughts for Crystal H. But no, the game is just called Moreo Crystal H thoughts. Anyway, if you want a game that has something called the Bra of Darkness and or the Panties of Light, then this is one of those games that has that. He basically says the gameplay is like I'm not familiar with these games, with the gameplay of these games, but I'm sure you are, Shipwreck. Phantasy Star and Etrian Odyssey.
Okay, sure.
He said the gameplay is like that, except you're using the Panties of Light and Bra of Darkness. And there's
Okay.
monsters, like slutty monsters, it sounds like. Again, this is a Switch game, and it's again another game that you're really surprised to hear is on a Nintendo console and not on other consoles. I mean, it's just like
No,
a
I
roll.
think isn't this on other things as well?
Is it? I don't think so.
Is it not?
I don't think any of these games are. It's almost always just on Switch. Maybe PC, but I feel like these games they just go right to Switch. They know what they're doing. It sounded like he liked the game though. But you have to. There's a lot. These games have. You know why they go on Switch, Shipwreck? Because there's rubbing. You're rubbing the girls, like you're rubbing their underwear or rubbing their. So that's why it's on Switch. It's not really.
Sorry,
gonna,
what do I rub?
the girls. They're computer girls, not real girls. Anyway, he likes this Morero Crystal H. And if you want more on that, I'm sure he can post it in the show thread this week. But he seemed to give it a thumbs up.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Sounds interesting.
All right. So do we not have any new releases to talk about? Are there any ones?
I don't know because the list you provided is not current.
It's my fault. We did the show early, so we're...
I know. We
did the show early last week, though,
Yeah,
too.
Right,
though.
Last week I manually put it together. This week.
I did play some Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
How's that?
I went against my word last week and I started playing Super Mario 64 because that's the first one on the menu.
Sure.
And
how's that experience in 2020? Good? That's the noise of good, I think.
Yeah. So you forget that right analog stick
does nothing.
It does stuff. It does stuff. It makes like the camera zoom in or like twitch to the side or something.
All right. Okay.
Or it does things, but not what your brain tells you it's going to do. So it's still fun. I was having fun playing it with the kids. It's not one that I'm going to go get all the stars again on because the camera is just too frustrating and the preciseness of the jumps just isn't there. It never was there on Super Mario 64. It was really about like, oh my God, they pulled this off back then.
Right. Look at 3D. Wow.
Right. Let me run around and do nothing for like 2 hours just because I can.
A lot of nothing around here. Look at all this nothing in
Right,
3D. A lot of nothing in 3D.
Right.
I remember when that game came out and my friend's dad got the Nintendo 64 and Mario 64. And I was over at his house and the dad was like, you gotta see this. It's amazing. And he had this big TV, one of those projection TVs with the 3 colors. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were horrible. They were horrible.
They were the worst. But the game looked at the time amazing. And me and my friend, his own son, were like, can we play? And dad was like, no, but you can watch me play as much as you guys want.
That's what I do.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those projection screens, and like they would cost so much money, and only wealthy people could afford them. But they were horrible looking.
Yeah. His dad was a dentist.
It looked cool, like when it wasn't turned on. It looked
in
cool.
front of the lights to see the 3 colors,
right.
And he would always get yelled at. Don't do that! You're gonna break the TV.
Right. Don't go anywhere near it.
Don't go near that.
Several $1,000s in 1980.
It's terrible television.
I have no idea what it cost in 1980. By the way.
I think is the new Crash out this week? I want to say the new Crash Bandicoot is out or is going to be coming out. Am I making that up?
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong.
I can't deny it or confirm it.
Crash Bandicoot 4. That's all I have to say about it, and I think it might be out this week.
People excited about that?
Yeah.
Well, clearly there's no other new releases, so people must be excited about that one. No competition.
Right.
All
should we move on to some of the big Microsoft news of the week?
What, no Wombat Fortnightly news?
Well, there's blank here.
Well, I just wanted to remind everyone that if you are going to buy something in the Fortnite shop, make sure to use creator code CAG to pass those V-Bucks on to Cheapy, who will then somehow have to figure out how to pass those V-Bucks on to me.
I'm not doing that. Here's what's going to happen. I'm never going to look at the thing. And if they send me a check, or if they send money,
no, they get V-Bucks. It's V-Bucks.
They're sending me V-Bucks? No, I'm not in that program. I don't know what that program is. I'm in the program where they send you US bucks.
See, that's what I was trying to.
Fuck that, it's V-Bucks. What am I gonna do with V-Bucks?
I don't know, but I want a creator code. I would like one, but they closed the program.
I don't know what I have, but I'm assuming it's a.
You got to help me out in how do I get.
Cannot help you out at all. How am I going to help you out? I don't know anybody.
You know people.
I don't. I cannot help you out, I'm afraid.
You're
my friend.
rude.
If I could help you out, I could. I would. But
If I could help you out, I could.
I
No, that sounds about what you wanted. That's what you wanted to say. If I could help you out, I could.
I could. Yeah, it's
Not
a fact.
going to. But
Prove
if
me
I
wrong. Prove me wrong on that. No, I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know. You
I know
were the
Nick
one.
Chester, which is who you know, and he has nothing to
Yeah.
do with that.
No.
And
Yep.
to be honest, I think like even I don't know. Is there a confidentiality agreement with this program too? I don't fucking know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, whatever. It's not even worth talking about. It's not interesting.
I guess the Crash Bandicoot demo was out this week.
Oh, I
The
thought
game
I
isn't
heard
out
Crash
until
in the
October
news.
2nd.
So yeah, Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. We're done with Wombat's fortnightly
Yeah,
news.
and by the way, according to Darkness in the chat, you do get cash.
Cash,
So-
yeah, of course.
So
cash.
people should use your CAG.
Yeah, cash. Told you.
Get you some money.
Right. I like money.
I know. I'm trying to get you money, and all you do is you give me the stink eye.
You're trying to make my life more difficult.
That's
what you're
only
trying to do.
part of it.
Yes, you're trying
If
to.
I get to make you miserable, and you get to make money,
Right.
pretty sure it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, I don't need you holding anything over my head.
I'm not
$15 in US
That
dollars.
you could just send me the V-Bucks in kind.
I told you what's going to happen. I'm never going to look at that page, and
No.
if they direct deposit money into my bank account, they direct deposit money into my bank account, and that's what's going to happen.
You could give
And
that
I
money to
might
the
notice it come in, and I might not notice it come in.
We'll find out
Chances
together.
are it's going to be a very small amount of money because I know, I mean, we promote the Epic Game Store. So that's how the money comes in normally. And I got to be honest, Epic Game Store, I like it. Big fan, not generating a lot of sales, I think.
Okay.
I mean, they have they make great exclusive deals and they give away great free games. I'm sure a lot of people are downloading those. Definitely.
Ready to
Yeah,
move
I
on?
have an expansive library in Epic Game Store.
Right. But you haven't paid for any of them.
Not a thing.
Not a
Yeah,
one.
it's great. But maybe not.
And don't forget to download Rocket League and get $10.
What am I going to do with that $10 though?
I don't know. Maybe
I have to spend money.
Wait,
they'll have
what?
a
They're giving you
game.
$10 to download Rocket
giving
League?
Yeah,
like-
if you download Rocket League in the Epic Game Store, they give you $10.
They give you $10 off a purchase of $15 or more,
Just for downloading their free game.
just for downloading Rocket
Yeah.
League free to play.
That's pretty good. Epic Game Store is very aggressive with those deals. You cannot deny that.
Yeah.
They're doing everything. Seems like they're making great moves.
Except for that whole iOS thing.
I can't blame Epic Game Store for that.
No. Oh no, yeah.
Except the concept of having the Epic Game Store on iOS. I mean, you got to be realistic here. Come on. There's one thing about having Fortnite, on iOS and trying to get some sort of in-app purchase agreement going with the V-Bucks, but another thing saying like, hey, why don't we just put Epic Game Store on iOS? Everything's good, right? Anyway, creator code CAG. Right, Wombat?
That's it.
I mean, to be honest, like these retailers don't pay commissions on video games anymore, and that's one of the few companies that does still. I think I could say that.
You just did.
I think I did. I think I'm not in violation.
Excellent.
Let's talk about the Microsoft Bethesda deal.
Oh yeah, that's right. The big thing that happened this week. So Microsoft spent like 85 cents and went to Maryland.
Wait,
Is that
what?
what happened? I got it.
No.
Well,
They spent $7.5 billion
$7.5
and
billion
they bought
dollars.
Doom and Fallout and
Yeah. And
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
and
Yeah.
Space Skyrim.
And Space Skyrim.
And the biggest, most important franchise, Wayne Gretzky Hockey. We're
I don't
coming
think
back.
They get Wayne Gretzky hockey. They get hockey, but they don't get Wayne Gretzky.
The game's actually not going to really work well in 2020.
I
It's
know,
a
I'm
simulation
just
game,
kidding.
and it's going to be tough to compete. But Wayne Gretzky Hockey Remaster, that we can get done, I feel. I'm very confident.
I'm sure. Yes. You just keep asking.
Yeah. I spent a lot of my adolescent life playing that game
So
somewhere.
let's. If
in
you
my
were
house,
to,
my friend's house, everybody's house.
If you were the CEO of Bethesda
Yes.
and your company is bought for $7.5 billion.
Yeah.
Now I know you don't get $7.5 billion as a CEO, but I'm sure you have a decent amount of stock, and a bonus that gets tied into revenue and all that kind of fun stuff. Are you cashing out and saying adios with like a suitcase that says Maui on it and just running out the door immediately? How long are you staying?
Oh, I would have been gone like even way before this. I don't understand So,
Zenimax.
Zenimax is the company, right? That
Yeah.
is the holding company. But
Yeah.
who owns that?
I think
Is
Zenimax
it's a private company.
is the company.
So
So someone has to own Zenimax? I don't know who owns Zenimax.
it's private.
So, but Zenim, I
It
don't
sounds
know.
like original board member Robert Trump and
That's
Les
right.
Moonves.
Yes, I knew that.
Yeah, I'm not. It's yeah. Anyway, that's a lot of money, but Microsoft has a market cap of $1.5 trillion.
Robert
Trillion
Robert
dollars.
A. Altman is the chairman and CEO of Zenimax Media.
Is Todd Howard getting a lot of money? That's what I want to
I
know.
think he's probably getting enough money where he could probably say adios.
Doesn't he have that already?
He probably already has
I'm
that.
pretty
though.
sure he's got that already.
It's
And in
just
case you were
a matter
wondering
of
if
he wants
the
to keep doing it
owner
or not.
if the owner of Zenimax is doing all right, he's married to Linda Carter.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not everybody will stick around, but I think enough will stick around for this to like
The games
a
are going
lot
to
of
stick around.
studios.
The games are sticking around.
The games are sticking around. A lot of the developers will stick around. The guys who are up at the C level, they may hang around for a little bit, but then
They're
be
not
like,
incented much.
there's a reason why we were selling.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not to work more.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Christopher Weaver is the other owner, the other founder. So Robert Altman and Christopher Weaver founded ZeniMax Media together. Christopher Weaver is the one who started the Elder Scrolls. He was the first producer of those games. So he was like the video game guy. Altman was more like the business guy. He went to Harvard Law School and married Wonder Woman.
Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah. It's not a bad plan.
I like
And
it.
then he was married to Wonder Woman before he started Bethesda.
He's good. This guy.
Yeah. Smart guy.
So what do we think? I guess the controversy is no more Skyrim on PlayStation. Is that what's happening?
I mean, if I had to guess, well, first of all, they probably wouldn't call it. I don't think they're going to call it Skyrim 2 anyway, but I understand what you're asking.
Yes.
I don't think it will be on. I don't think you spend $7.5 billion to put these games on another console, on your direct competition's console. I don't think that's why you spend the money. I think because they could have. There's other ways that they could have done something that wouldn't have cost $7.5 billion, because that's a lot of money,
Relatively
speaking. Yes, for Microsoft, maybe not that much, but still, it's a lot of, and that's a part of it too. For Microsoft, not that much, but it's a lot for Sony, and it's enough where
it would be too much for Sony. Sony couldn't do that.
they could screw them and not allow Skyrim and Fallout on that console anymore, to take away that argument of, but Xbox has no exclusives. I mean, that's the thing.
It's a good argument.
People have been talking about that argument now. Every week I feel like it comes up, but the Xbox has no exclusives. Well, they just spent $7.5 billion. It's like Disney buying Marvel.
It's like the Yankees.
Yeah.
Buying
the
players.
The problem with Disney was Disney had no male characters. They were the princess company, but they couldn't get the boys. How do we get boys? Well, we need to create some characters that people are going to love. And they tried that, and it did not work. So instead,
Notre Dame didn't do it.
Exactly. So they spent $4 billion and bought Marvel. I mean, and this is a similar situation.
Yeah.
It's we have no exclusives, so we're going to spend $7 billion and
Pretty good
poof,
idea. Pretty good play.
Here
I
are the
feel.
here now instant exclusives. Just add water.
Shipwreck. Do you think we're going to see Skyrim and Friends on
I
PlayStation?
think you'll see the plat like games as a service. I think those could be cross-platform, like
Yeah,
the Elder
I
Scrolls
think yes.
Online type stuff.
Which they already said that's going to stay cross.
Yeah, the stuff that's already out. They're not
Okay,
gonna
but
change
I'm talking
stuff.
about the new
But going
Skyrim, the new
forward, if they
space
came out
game.
with another like online Skyrim type thing, or another Fallout 76 type of thing, yeah, I think they could go cross-platform with those.
But what about like what's the space game called? Starfield.
That's going to be an Xbox game.
Xbox exclusive, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be exclusive.
And the
That's-
next Skyrim game, the real Skyrim game, not
That's
this
going to be if it's a
Right.
single
When we say
player.
Xbox exclusive, we mean Xbox and
PC.
PC.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
Xbox. Yes, Xbox and PC. Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
to clarify.
Game Pass,
Yes, they
Game
will be on
Pass.
Xbox and PC. They will be on Game Pass. And this is it. It's a reason for you to keep your Game Pass subscription. It's a reason for you to buy an Xbox. It's Microsoft does not like to. They want to screw over Sony a little bit, and this is a good way for them to do it.
Well,
they want to.
They don't want to screw over Sony. They want to excel. They want to sell
Yes. No, it's a little bit of both.
machines and
It's
subscriptions.
definitely a
Really,
little both.
I
These
don't-
are all
I don't
gonna be
know that
Game
they're
Pass
trying
games.
to screw over Sony as much as they're just trying to get something in their
A leg up.
catalog.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
they
reason
need
to
a
sign more
lineup.
reason to sign up for Game Pass Ultimate.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of IPs to control. I mean,
Fuck yeah,
we're not even talking about Doom and Wolfenstein yet.
right.
Nope. Doom, Wolfenstein. I know they said they're never going to make another Dishonored or Prey
Dishonored doesn't
again.
matter.
No,
Honestly,
I'm not saying they mattered. I'm just saying, they're
they're good
just,
games, but they're not in the same league as these other.
No, not even a little. So yeah, I mean it's great. It's great for them. I was say it's not great, but
I think it was a good move.
it's
One
exciting.
thing
I think it's a great move for Microsoft.
Well, it might be a good move for these games as well, because it's very clear that Sony exclusives get a bump from them only making them for one platform.
Hell yeah.
Now I don't know if the Xbox games will get quite that bump because they're always going to be making for PCs, but it does mean that they don't have to make them for a PlayStation then as well, right? So it's another platform that they're cutting out. The PC stuff, they know how to scale that up and down. The Xbox is whatever an Xbox is. They at least know some specifics about it. So we might get better versions of those games than we would have if they'd have been cross-platform.
Sure, we may get them sooner as opposed to later now, also, because now you have a single studio that's more invested and willing to maybe hire more or divert teams.
I don't know if that's true. Microsoft doesn't.
I'm not
Microsoft
saying
doesn't push for
we're gonna get.
deadlines.
I'm not saying we're gonna get a game every year. I just mean that if, let's say, Skyrim 2 is 7 years out, maybe now it's 5 years out.
As a counterpoint, I present Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3 was bad
Had
and
a lot of-
not handled well. I think that's why they need a Bethesda. They need someone who has experience making games in a time frame, in a franchise, but now they needed that kind of cash influx to kind of ramp it up a little bit.
It's going to be interesting.
I don't know.
The war is on.
Yeah.
The heads are butting.
Do you think
Things are
Microsoft's
exploding.
What do you think Microsoft's going to buy anyone else, or do you think that they bought their
Definitely.
Insta IPs and they're going to be
Sure. It's a good business. Look, this subscription business is great
No,
for them.
it's the Disney model, which we already talked about. They bought Marvel.
I would not be surprised if Microsoft had bids out for several things. Now, they might not be intending to buy everything, but we know they were in on WB when WB was trying to sell. We didn't even hear about the Bethesda thing, but if they were in a Bethesda and WB at the same time and they missed out on WB, I think they're still looking.
They said,
for
the
some other
CEO
ones.
said
I don't
they're
know.
actively
I mean,
looking still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said they're still, and obviously everyone thinks they're buying Sega, which I don't. I would eat my hat if they bought Sega.
That would be quite a buy if they did that.
That would be insane.
It'd be a really smart move from them. I don't know who else you go after on a large scale. I mean, you're not going to go after Ubisoft, right?
No, you're not going to.
2K?
I think Ubisoft might be worth too much.
I don't think 2K you can, or it's Take-Two, right?
Take-Two.
Take-Two.
I don't think you can buy them right now.
Right.
It's another one. Yeah, it would be too much. Which I mean, yeah, it would be. Could you imagine if whatever the next Grand Theft Auto was a Xbox exclusive?
Their market cap is $18 billion.
Yeah,
So-
it's a lot for what they are.
Would you spend $20 billion for the exclusive rights to Red Dead Redemption?
It makes
and
a lot of
Grand Theft Auto.
money. That makes a lot of money.
Well,
Is
and
that worth?
you get NBA as well with that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I guess.
It's a lot of money.
Is it? I mean, I'm not saying it is or isn't worth it. I don't know. I know that. What was it that Disney spent for Fox? It was like $45 billion. So I mean, crazier things have been done for, and that was just so they could get that lockdown on the X-Men. If the X-Men are worth $40 billion, is Red Dead Redemption worth $20 billion? So Grand Theft Auto worth $20 billion?
Yeah.
I think the way they purchased it,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just asking the question.
Basketball and Red Dead. I mean,
And Grand Theft Auto. I mean, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that's, but I don't have $20 billion to spend on
yes,
that.
you do. Don't be.
Okay, I
don't be
might. Let me
modest.
check the couch after the
You're a
show.
little shy.
they seem to be going after volume, though.
Yeah, there is definitely. I mean, they posted that image of Xbox plus Bethesda with all the games that they now own underneath it.
Yeah, but just think of that same image with Grand Theft Auto,
Red Dead
Redemption, and the basketballs. that's good shot, right?
and table tennis.
that's rock. Oh yeah, table tennis, right?
Yeah, I know.
Dozens
that's
of dollars are on the line for
Yeah. So
Rockstar Table Tennis too.
So I mean, yeah, that would be insane. So would Sega. I mean, could you imagine Xbox plus Sega, and
It's
then
a major play because it gets them more than the Western market. So you got to remember, Sega is not just Sega. Sega is Sega and Atlas now.
Mm-hmm.
So you get all the Personas, and you get all the Yakuzas, and you get the Sonic.
It's a good way to get those
yeah.
nerds on your side.
Right. It's a very nerdy play.
Yep.
It's a very nerdy play.
It's the Disney playbook.
Yeah.
If you can't,
Somebody
if you
else
don't-
mentioned Konami on here. Nobody's buying
Pachinko. They want
Yeah.
those pachinko machines.
What, you don't want Castlevania? Like that great Castlevania game. What about Capcom? I think that's that would be a potential. Resident Evil games.
I mean, you
Sega.
got Resident Evil and Street Fighter, right?
Yeah,
Those are good.
I'm just saying
That's like a side dish.
I'm saying that there's cachet to saying those are exclusives. And also, it's what
I think those are the ones you go with timed exclusives on. You're like, we're gonna throw a little bit of money that way. Give us that for like 3 months. We don't even care. Well, sure. Give us that Ryu skin. Yeah, that'll do fine.
But,
Thank you,
yeah.
Capcom.
it'll be interesting to see what happens when a game like a Fallout or a Skyrim comes out and it is an exclusive, and if it makes a difference or an impact.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Anything else to say about the Bethesda deal? I think we all in agreement. It was a good move for Microsoft.
Yes.
I don't know about a good move for gamers worldwide, but
Maybe
could be. Who knows?
competition is good, right?
I mean, knowing that these games that if you have Game Pass, you already own it, is nice too.
All right. Just reminding the chat they can post CAGbag questions right now. We'll get them up on the screen because we're getting to that point in the show. One quick note for Cheapy Stupid PC Corner. I ordered a new PC. It's been 8 years. It's time. It's gonna come in like a week or two.
Windows S.
Windows S, yes. No, whoops! Oh, I just pulled out my headphones. No, it's a good Corsair PC with the new 3080. If you want to get a 3080, the way to do it is to buy a whole PC wrapped around it, and then you can get one. Although actually they sold out, a few days after they went on sale, but it was easier, and the bots I guess aren't going after those as much. So I'll let you know how that 380 is when it comes in. It hasn't shipped yet, so I don't know, but I'll be streaming some Microsoft Flight Simulator very soon. Let's move on to the CAG bag. At Matt WBT wants to know what game we think will have the biggest install size for the launch next gen games.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is very good at taking up space.
So is Destiny.
Is that a launch game?
Destiny 2? Is that not going to be on the new consoles at launch? I feel like it has to be, right?
I feel like that's not a good answer.
I reinstalled it yesterday because I wanted to see what the deal was with the free expansions.
Right.
And that was 110 gigabytes. So that's all I'm saying.
It's a lot. That is a lot. I think Assassin's Creed will not be any slouch either.
That's going to be, but that's probably going to be in like the 80 gigabyte range.
They're at like 60 now, aren't they?
Yeah, so I'm saying they're going to be in the 80 range.
I feel like 80? Maybe 100.
Will you be able to fit all of the launch games, like the true launch games? If you got them all, would you be able to fit them on the system?
No. No way. Unless there's only 2. Is that Star Wars game, Squadrons? Is that going to be, is that smart delivery also? Or is that just a current gen game that'll just be on the other systems?
Dumbass delivery.
Nobody knows. Nobody can keep track of this right now.
I honestly don't know. Because that was something that's a game I want to get.
What
now that
you're gonna go to the store and you're gonna look at the box art and it'll have some weird messaging on it that will tell you.
It's not even. It's gonna say Xbox One X/Series X compatible, and I'll be like, what the hell does that mean?
Or enhanced. It might say enhanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that
better
game,
on. I like that one. Please better on Xbox Series hardware. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means.
Better with Kinect.
Right. The Star Wars game looks good, by the way. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know how much legs it's gonna have flying around those spaceships, but didn't stop me with Wing Commander.
I know that I get a discount on it with the EA access. So.
Right.
And B. Smiddle in the chat is saying if you download Rocket League, you can get $10 off Star Wars Squadron. I don't know how, but now I'm interested.
We talked about that like 2 seconds ago.
On Epic Game Store.
Oh, Epic. Got it. That makes sense. I
put that together.
I didn't. I'm stupid.
I think the nice thing is, like, even if you don't understand all the messaging, you're going to get the game and you're going to be able to play the game.
That is true.
Like you may not know that you're missing out on something.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question from Shoeless Joe P in the chat. He says, I love that you guys are doing streams on Wednesday nights now. Is this going to be a permanent change for the football season? Well, what is he saying? Are we doing shows on Wednesday now? Is that the deal? What?
I mean, it works better for me. Elliot has ninja class tomorrow night on Thursday nights.
And you get hurt. You got to ice down.
Well, no, we don't get home.
Class?
Huh?
Are you allowed to say when you have ninja class?
We don't get home until 8 o'clock. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't you like to watch football on Thursday, Shep?
I do like to watch football on Thursday.
He likes to watch those Bengals.
There is so much sports right now because everything got clogged up, and now it's all unclogged. So.
Is it though?
For sports, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing sports. There's that much going on. Yeah. So I'm watching all kinds of basketball, football, and baseball right now. So
that's a lot of sports.
It's a lot of sports all in one season. But the Reds are over 500 for the first time in, I think, 3 years. So
well, it helps when you only have 7 games.
Right. I mean, I saw somebody created a graphic with the launch games, and it's just like spending $500 for that. It's hard to get that excited about it, but the Netflix streaming is going to be fantastic. Well, I deleted all the CAGbag questions off of this my chat
Oh,
program here by accident. I
okay.
clicked the wrong button, so that's pretty cool.
Wonderful.
But I think we've pretty much said everything that we need to say for the most part. I'll remind everybody that we're doing this charity raffle. You can donate tinyurl.com/CAGcastCTF. Try to win that Cyberpunk controller. Don't go anywhere because I have a great raid plan for you, so nobody hang up yet. Join the CAG discord.gg/CAG. And for 20% off your first order, please visit macweldon.com and use promo code CAGcast. And stand by. Hold on, wait. So we're going to raid Lord Grimm. The guy is a heavy metal guitarist, and he dresses up with like a skull mask and a whole outfit. It's amazing. You have to check this out. So we're going to be raiding him right now, and we're going to go in there, and you're going to go crazy, cheap-ass gamer style, whatever that means. So thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Brett's done.